Yeah. Made in Black America, taking threats from a terrorist. We will never meet, but the media feed hysteria. And I be inferior, if I be inferior. More godly than gluttonous, but myself is superior. You know the difference between the kids with the lunch tickets and the ones with the money in the cafeteria. I break bread with my brethren like a pizzeria. Spinning dough, you'll find red dots over cheese.
Alright, peace, Sankofa. You ready for R? What's good? How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm in good spirits, feeling strong, man. I'm in the company of some very strong soldiers, intellectual soldiers, spiritual warriors out here, man. For my people from the Hebrew Israelite community, my people from the Kemet community, out here at the Alhambra Ballroom, in Harlem, you know, with the Kemit on trial title. And I'm liking it. The energy's powerful, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot of information is coming out, man. And I just want the people to leave with more than what they came here with.
Okay.
So it's going to take a lot of open-mindedness with a filter, and I just hope people are ready to do that, because I'm definitely taking on a lot too, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Now you're a unique case, because I know that you were once, you came from the Hebrew Israelite school of thought. Now we're at the Commission versus the Hebrew Israelites. Now, what is your perspective on who's right or who's wrong or what's better for the people?
I think the truth stands on its own. Okay, I think truth is vast, it is in depth, it is in width, and it is in many different layers. When somebody tries to put an absolute on truth with a book, or with one book, or with one concept, or with one paradigm of understanding, and try to make it a totalistic perspective, I think that we have to look at truth on another level. Now, as far as who is containing more truth about what is what we have to ask. Truth about what is first, what is better, what is more authentic, what is more organic, okay? Because we have to look at truth from a multiplicity type of outlook. So I'm looking at it like as far as what started first, or where the oldest systems of spirituality, architecture, music, science, math, and all the other disciplines which has evolved people into what they are now as an advanced species on this planet has started long before the such thing of a Bible, long before a Hebrew language, long before a Hebrew Israelite was even uttered in the human languages of antiquity, okay? Or even long before Kemit or Egypt by that name itself, okay? We're a people, okay, who throughout the annals of history, who have started the first spiritual systems. We have different types of dark people, melanated people, all on 196,943,000 square miles of the planet Earth. So as we have migrated and traveled and adapted to the environments that we've been in, okay, our music changed, our dialects or accents changed, our writing forms changed, and the way we try to explain things or give understanding of our connection with the universe, with the environment that we're in, also had evolved. But we have to go through the annals of history to see which came first. And from my research, and from a lot of other people's research, and when I say research, because a lot of people have the perspective of you're not a Hebrew Israelite, so you look for things to go against that now. No, I started off as a Hebrew Israelite looking for something to defend that, and found something outside of that box. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And I did it with an open mind, with a filter, of course, and I did it with an objective perspective, because I was coming there from it. If anything, I was subjective, trying to be non-objective for the paradigm of belief that I was in at that time. Okay? I was trying to look for things to back down that which is an opposition of my ideological perspective at the time. And in doing so, and being objective, and doing research, okay, extensively, and for years, it didn't just happen as soon as I read a book, or two, or three, or after a few weeks, okay? This took time, because everything has a precession cycle as it evolves. So that evolution or that precession cycle as I evolved took place with critical analysis of things, went through a depressed moment too, like, damn, you mean to tell me all these years I've been believing in this? And you mean to tell me I'm seeing actual tangible evidence that there's something older than that? Now, to say whether it is the best for us, it depends on how people, I believe the Kemet or the spiritual systems of ancient Kemet came first and predated the Hebrew system of perspective. That's truth on that perspective. As far as it being truth, what works for us, as far as a liberation tool, I can say this: no one belief system or ideology ever completely liberated the people and taught them how to maintain their liberation, as far as having the mechanisms necessary to maintain their liberation. Information mechanism, a military or defense mechanism, agricultural, technological advancement, medicine, art, sciences. You don't just learn these things from no theology, okay? But the theology is good for the foundation as far as inspiring people to stand strong for something and to be willing to have a certain kind of foundation or format for their people to stand for, fight for, live for, and to preserve each other with, because you have to pass these things down to your children. So as far as what is better for us, it all depends on how things are presented, how it is formatted, and how it is implemented as far as a system of transformation, whether it be the Hebrew Israelite laws or it be something that you're using for Kemit. If you're instilling diet, nutrition, the concepts of and laws of brotherhood, how you would deal with your woman, how you would deal in a community, how to eat, a defense mechanism, how you implement those paradigms as far as it being not just a message of theology, but an actual something that people can implement to help them evolve on a social level, okay, and on a political and on an economic level is what we have to determine what is best. And at this point, we're only determining what is first and what is best ideologically. To determine what is best is when we start to see which group is liberating blacks more, what we're evolving into more, which concepts and ideas, okay, or foundations we are using and benefiting for us first, okay? Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who didn't teach Kemetic science or the Hebrew Israelites, had one of the best programs for reforming the black man right here in America. He didn't use none of them. So it's not always about your theology, it's about your implementation of mechanisms that help to transform, sustain the people economically, okay, academically, and otherwise. And how you can, that consistency behind that depends on a lot of other things too. A defense mechanism is necessary. And we can go on and on about what works, but to talk about what works now, when you have people that have transformed their lives from both the Hebrew Israelite community, which I'm a part of and respect and love that I came from, because they taught me strength, they taught me honor, they taught me brotherhood, cleanliness, and a lot of other things that helped me transform my life. And I also see that people who adapt and connect themselves with the spiritual systems and lifestyles and ways that are taught from the Hebrew, the Kemetic perspective, whether you're following Muada Ashby or whether you're following Ra'an Nefer or whether you're following other teachers, okay, both known or unknown, and you implement that in your life as a mechanism for transformation, that is to determine which one works best, what we see the outcome of, or the results that we see as a result of them. Because at the end of the day, all of these things are us anyway. We created all these concepts and ideas and institutions that we're debating over what we are. That's why we can find connections and interconnections between all of them. There's no doubt about that. But as far as which one is first and which one is better, we know which one is first, unless you have a non-objective outlook on history and you're trapped into a boxed religious perspective. But if you're dealing from an objective perspective, you know that what came first. As far as what works for us, it's going to determine how black people implement these concepts and these systems into us for transformation, and how we see the longevity and the consistency of how it transforms us in the generations to come. All right?
Oh, definitely. I want to ask you one more thing before we depart. Is there anything that the Hebrews and the Kemetians could connect on besides just being highly melanated? Is there anything that they could connect on? One subject, one concept?
The Hebrews and the Phoenicians?
And the Kemetians or the Kemites?
Kemites. Law. What made or which basically brought the Hebrew people together as a constitution, according to their belief system, or the Levitical laws, was the fact that they had a law, a system for living, moral laws, civil law, dietary law for sacrificing the animals, and different laws right there that basically dictate how a people ought to live to keep themselves balanced. Because checks and balances are necessary for any people to strive, to survive, to maintain, to advance, and to pass on things that's going to do so for the generations to come. So the things that they do have in connect is the fact that they have law. Now, a lot of people say, well, Kemet only had 142 negative confessions or 42 laws. Some people say that we had 613 laws in Kemet. I mean, in the Hebrew Israelite. That depends on which Torah you're dealing with, first of all. And then a lot of them laws are not even relevant in society today. Sacrificing of animals and certain things like that, because we're not doing that. We're not going to cut a lamb's head off. And there's hundreds and hundreds of laws that deal with those things. Okay? So we have to implement laws that are relevant. And I think Kemit basically, it doesn't talk about all the detail of every specific law like the Torah does, but it basically highlights the laws that's necessary for you to have a balanced, peaceful, healthy lifestyle with yourself within and with your family and with your community and with the nationwide collectively. Okay, so the concept and idea that they both have laws, which is a constitutional foundation for the people, okay, is what they have in connection besides the fact that they were just melanated people. Okay, and also what they have in connection too is Kemet was first and Hebrews came second, so therefore they were the children of that school of thought and under that tutelage or system of law and constitution. Okay, so therefore you cannot cut the umbilical cord and say my mother doesn't exist. You are a part of your mother. So Hebrews are a part of their mother, which is Kemet. So that's also what they have in connection as well.
Good luck, much appreciation.
All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so on that note, I want to say black power. I want to get something to eat. I'm already getting fat, some food for thought. Need that. Okay, well, I'm going to consider this dessert for thought. Right, they're going in tonight, and it's beautiful. And I want to just thank all the Hebrew Israelite brothers out there from the Hebrew Israelite community. No matter what your community is out there, okay, we need to come together and have a general consensus upon what we can unify upon to mobilize ourselves for self-preservation into the future, because this enemy is stepping it up on us, and he's only continually going to step it up on us in the years to come. God damn it, in the days to come. And that's how we need to start thinking, okay? We need to start having a defense mechanism collectively after these debates and workshop on what we're going to do to preserve ourselves, okay? Some people got to be above ground, some people got to be below ground. Everybody's not going to be on goddamn Sarnetta TV or social media talking about the problem, or definitely not the solution, because the enemy is watching. We need a defense mechanism that's covert and overt, man, because we out here dying and we are at war. And if you don't see that, I don't give a damn what you believe. You lost every debate on every damn topic there is if you don't see that, all right? So on that note, let's get right, like I always say, or get left.
They kill your Mike Browns, they kill your Kai Girls, they kill everybody, and everybody be riled up for a minute, they go right back to what they normally do. Like Mike Brown, they didn't get no justice for Mike Brown, and just last week, they doing a town hall meeting with the cops to see what we could do to try to stop the cops from killing black folk. And the white cop walks in, hey, Captain Tazaryach, Darren Wilson, they do a town hall meeting. The cop, the senior cop in St. Louis, walks in the town hall meeting with an armband like this that says, I am Darren Wilson. Do you know what he's saying? It's the same way Darren Wilson shoot niggas, I shoot niggas. And that's who we sitting and trying to compromise with. But we don't have the power to say no. Black people don't have the power to tell the white man no. We only have the power to accept whatever he gives us. But you know what we have the power to do? Is to separate from him. And when he come and kill us, which what he was doing in the 20s and the 1800s, the whole time of slavery, the whole time he was killing us, 40 years removed, we building cities. We doing everything. And the more we unite, the stronger we'll get. And then we'll be able to get that bastard out of here. So that, you know, that's the most important thing outside of everything. These are great. I would never denounce debates or anything like that. Because again, I wouldn't even be here, or ISUPK wouldn't be in this venue if it wasn't for debates. So I'll never bash debates. But bigger than debates is when we go outside, we got a bigger enemy that is categorically trying to destroy us. CIA, dope, crack, heroin, promethazine, weed, whatever you call it, everything that they can do to get us killed is what they're doing. So we got to fight that.
All right, peace to Tazaryach. How you doing?
What's going on, bro?
What's going on? You're ready for art, and I heard you say earlier that you like the debates, but it's more important. To do things after the debates. Now, I'd like to know, what is ISUPK doing for the community or for the people?
That's a perfect answer. And what we're doing for the community, February 22nd, we're having a lecture at the National Black Theater, and it's going to be integration versus segregation. Which one is better for black people? What can we do to improve our condition? Of course, y'all know we out on the streets every week. We have food drives. We in every city that you can imagine, or we will be in your city. So, you know, that's what we're doing.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, right now, the Hebrews are debating the commissions. Now, is it realistic for the commissions and the Hebrew Israelites to actually come together after something like this?
You said, is it realistic?
Is it realistic to have a common ground? And if there is, what is that common ground?
Well, The debates partially can be the coming together, so to speak. Meaning, when you come out here and you bring out the information, and of course the Most High always reigns supreme, after they're over, you now have to go about gaining those men. Like the same way we go out on the streets and teach every week, the same way we have classes every day. That's us fishing. That's us waking black people up. This is a method, not this particular debate, not against anything. Like I'm speaking about ISUPK. So like when we go out there on the streets and teach, it's no different than a debate, except we go out into the street with the people. You know what I mean? Where you ain't necessarily in a comfortable atmosphere. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot, rain and snow or whatever, and then we out there doing it. So now what we have to do is start acknowledging what the information is. It's alright to bang and, you know, don't make it a hip-hop show, so to speak, where, you know, you got this rapper versus this rapper, but you ain't gaining nothing from it. As opposed to if you have this information is right, this information is wrong, leave this information alone and let's just deal with this, and then let's fix black people. When you go into the scriptures, there's laws of brotherhood, how you're supposed to be with a brother. There's laws on how you deal with a woman. There's laws on how you deal with money. There's laws on how you deal with land, treasury, doctors, lawyers. All of that is in the compasses of the Bible. And if we would just follow that law, we would be fine. But like I always say, the scriptures say, wide is the gate to destruction, narrow is the path to the Most High. That wide gate of promiscuity, free sex, homosexuality, adultery, murder, drugs, alcohol, that wide gate is what black folk love. That's why they don't fight against the real enemy, which is the so-called white man. Because that white man provides an avenue to get high. You know what I mean? If you come to the Bible, you're not getting high. You ain't smoking that weed, you ain't sniffing no coke, you ain't drinking no promethazine and no shit like that. But that so-called white man will let you do it. They don't already legalize weed. You can go right to California or Seattle or wherever those states is and buy you legal weed and get high and remain docile, which is how they want us to be. We're the only nation that gets targeted like this. The Chinese don't, Japanese, Arabs, the so-called Jews, all of their cities are left alone. We're the only cities that are targeted. So bigger than that, we have to continue to go out and teach and wake our people up, and that's what we do in the Israelite School UPK.
Okay, that's what's good. I heard you say a point of if the information is right, then we have to leave ours alone. Would you be willing to drop what you're doing right now and pick up the Commission way of thought if they're correct in what they do?
Okay. As far as the Commission way, you would have to show me how I'm Kemetic. I'm an Israelite because I've been shown in them scriptures that I am an Israelite. Like, for example, I use Polite for an example, right? Polite said he got his DNA test, right? His DNA test came back, said he was Nigerian, so he believed he was a Nigerian, right? So why is he being Kemit? Kemits are Egyptians.
They need you on stage ASAP, right now. They're calling you.
We'll build it.
All right, no sweat. Cat.
We normally take a break, but because we started late, we got to go right into it. And before we do question and answers, we're going to take a break before that. All right? But believe me, y'all want to see this. This is real shit right here. I bring to you brothers and Tazaryach. Give it up for no cowards. Is this built?
How y'all doing today? I just want to say shalom. What I want to say to you because you're an Israelite. I'm not mad at you because you're a Muslim and Arab. He just sees you as a nigga. So at the end of the day, this information should build us as a people. We have to learn to separate and join to each other. Everybody feel me on that, right? Kemit side and Israelite side, right? Alright, so now with that said, I want to give up again the Kemetic side and the Israelite side. We also have a lecture February 22nd that everybody is invited to. The ISUPK is having at the National Black Theater. It's called Integration versus Segregation. Which one is better for our people? And which one killed Eric Garner? Now, that's also important because when you look at the past year, and again, I'm not taking away from the brothers that's going to come up here and do the work, But when you look at the past year, you got a Kai Gurley, you got Mike Brown, you got the other brother Eric Gardner that got choked out. Now, where was the justice for them? There was no justice.
Right.
Now, when you look at before integration happened, the same thing was happening. The only difference is black people were forced to stay together. So 40 years after slavery, we was able to establish Black Wall Street. We was able to establish Rosewood. We was able to establish cities in Chicago, and it forced us to get our own hospitals, our own schools, our own lawyers, attorneys, and everything. And because you had uppity rich niggas that wanted to get with the white man, you know what that brought? Black on black crime. When you look at before integration, we wasn't killing each other at 7,000 men a year. We wasn't aborting our babies. We wasn't doing none of that. So you can thank your Martin Luther Kings and all the Al Sharptons and all of them for that. So at the end of the day, black people, we need to unite as a nation. Because when we walk out here, they do not look at us as individuals. They look at us as a nation. So big up to the brothers. Again, on the Kemetic side, on the Israelite side, y'all gotta get down and do your thing.
All right, let's give it up for ISUPK. No cowards in the building. All right, my brothers, y'all ready over here? I'm waiting on Hassan. Hassan, let's go.
This really took a bad hit. Y'all got a lot of work to clean this up, brother. Talk to the people about it.
Of course, all praise go to the Most High, Yahweh Shai King. What's the question again, son?
What are y'all gonna do now to clean up this mess? Polite brought in the casket, he bodied the brothers today. What are y'all gonna do to really clean this up, man? To come back on top, man? Because people are gonna be talking about this for a long time.
When you say we have to clean up, ISUPK was not part of any debate. If anybody knows ISUPK, knows that we were not affiliated with no other Israelite group. So as far as cleaning up anything or doing anything, ISUPK would have had to have some dirt out there that needed to be cleaned up. So we didn't do the debate. You know, the brothers did the debate. If I had to be honest, a lot of confusion in the debate. It didn't look very structured. Didn't really look very organized. Or anything like that, so I don't know if you can even say who's a winner or a loser. But again, ISUPK being the standard of what I guess being an Israelite would be, I don't know if I have an opinion either way because I'm just not affiliated at all. So that's my response. That good enough? Yeah, anything else? Okay, that's it. I ain't give you what you wanted. No, I'm messing with you.